guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Katelyn if you didn't know. I do a lot of bookish videos. If you like that, you might as well stick along. I have been trying to film this video like 3 different times. I'm really overwhelmed right now because the lighting wasn't good. I had to get this big studio light out that I've had. My dogs are bugging me. There's a lot of books everywhere that I need to get and I only have a couple out right now and it's just a lot. There's a lot's going on and I'm a little freaked out. Today's video is one that should have been filmed and uploaded in June and it is August now. I mean, it's still July, but by the time you guys see it, it'll be August. Anyways, it is going to be the mid-year book tag. Obviously, it's a little bit past the mid-year, but I asked you guys if you still wanted to see it and all of you said yes. I'm sitting down in my chair. I'm overheated and ready to talk about the books. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so for the first question, I have 11 questions here that I got off of some people's videos. I didn't really know what questions to ask myself. I have all of this down in my journal. I made this a while ago, so there's some things that I want to add, some things I want to change. First one is gonna be best book so far. I couldn't choose. I picked 3. That's gonna be Icebreaker, and then I have volume 3 of Heartstopper, and then I have The Naturals. So when I read The Naturals, I was literally sick and all I could do was lay in bed. I had COVID. I could not put this book down. I could not stop thinking about the characters. I literally wanted to be the characters. Everything that happened was literally a movie in my head and I had such a fun time reading this. Like, the experience I had with this book was so good. My visualing of it all was just perfect and I just had such a fun time. Like, it made me forget I was reading and I loved every second of it. I seriously love this series. I can't wait to read the last one, but so far this is one that definitely stood out and I think about annually. The next one is Heartstopper 3. So I read this one recently and I had such a fun time. Just had so many emotions and there were so many talks that they had to get through, like difficult talks, and they did it so healthy, and every single time they had to have one of those difficult topics, they were like, I'm here for you, I understand what you're going through and I'm going to stay by your side. And it was just so precious. They're so precious and I love them and they literally deserve the world. I cannot wait to keep reading, and it's exciting. They started dwelling into bigger topics. They had to have uncomfortable communication, but they still communicated, and it was so perfect and I loved them. So this is definitely a fun one, and this one they're in Paris too for a school trip. The vibes are just lovely. Oh, Mon Amour. Next, Icebreaker. This was the biggest shock to me, I feel, also because I thought this was all just gonna be smut. That's all. I thought that I wasn't gonna enjoy this. I wasn't excited to read this because I had just heard it was smut, and I don't really like huge smutty books. I feel like they're overtaking like true books sometimes. But this one I had such a fun time with. It was so easy and chill and funny and goofy and lovely and loving. I read this beginning of the year and I was kind of getting into a slump and I read this and I could not put it down. It was so much fun and I loved reading it. And once again, visualizing everything, it just was so precious. I had such a fun time. I loved the drama and everything that came with it. So that's the next one. And then the next question is best sequel so far. So this one I also had 2. I'm gonna decide. Okay. If there's like one time I don't talk about Heartstopper, literally kill me. It's gonna be Heartstopper 2. This was even better than the first one. They're just so cute and secretive in this book, and they're having the time of their life together and they're experiencing love for the first time, so they're just so kiddish and happy. You know that they love each other. It's not like they're faking it or anything. They seriously love each other and you can see it throughout the book. I don't know, in this book we see them shy and cute and just like the first giggles that you see when you first start talking to someone. I mean, I was like relating hard in this book, like little things that they were texting each other and like on the other side you're all giddy, and they just reminded me of like first love experience. And I know, she's a little bored right now, I feel bad. Anyways, that's the next one. Sorry. Then the next one is Love on the Brain. I did not know if I was gonna like this, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't know what to expect. I just heard that this was like their least favorite of the STEM series, and when I picked it up in the beginning, I was kind of like, this is good, like this is fun. Basically, I just really enjoyed this book. It had so many different dynamics. The miscommunication did get me, but like their love was so fun and the little twist that we had at the end was different. Stop, no. And Levi was so precious. I didn't like B as much, okay, we can look, but he was so cute and so precious and he took his time with her and they just had fun. I don't know, I just really enjoyed this book. This one really stuck with me. I don't remember huge bits about it, but there's so many times that I just think of them and think of this book. That's that. Okay, and then the next question, number 3, is new releases you haven't read yet. So I have 4 new releases I haven't read yet, which is a little crazy because every new release I have got basically. So the 2 that I don't have is Not in Love by Allie Hazelwood and then Daydream by Hannah Grace. I'm so excited. I'm not so excited for Allie Hazelwood. She hasn't been my favorite recently. I don't know. I just really didn't like Check and Mate, and I haven't tried Ride yet, but I'm not sure what I'll like of those. So we'll see, but I don't know. I'm not really excited for Not in Love. I still want to try it. And then Daydream I'm super excited for. I think it comes out sometime in August, like 20th or something. So I'm super excited to get it because I loved the other 2 Maple Hills series books. So, and this one's Henry, so I'm really excited. The next one is Wild Love. I got this one from Dylan. The reason I haven't read it yet is I don't know if I should read this one or if I should start with the Chestnut Spring series. I think I'm going to start with this one just because it's 1 book. You know, it's just easy to start instead of 5 books. So I think I'll be starting this one soon. But then the other book is a novel love story. I'm reading a lot of fantasy right now. That's like just my vibe. This is the first book I want to read after I'm done with this one fantasy book, at least, because I miss my fantasy but I want to get back into my romance, and this is like the first one on my agenda. The saddest thing is I've not heard very good reviews recently. Like they're all like 3 stars, very mid. So, and it makes me sad, but I'm excited. I'm just gonna try to ignore the reviews and see how I like it. So yeah. 4th one is most anticipated release. For this one, I had a novel love story, but this one was technically in the first half of the year, but I'm gonna count it because this one, and I would say Hannah Grace's like Daydream, are my 2 that I've been so excited for. I just had such a fun time with 7 Year Slip, and then also with the Maple Hill series. I just have so much fun reading them. They're very easy, lighthearted, but they also deal with like serious things. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for this one. I'm really excited to get to the new book soon. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Next one is Biggest Surprise. For this one, I didn't know if it was like a good surprise or a bad one, so I did both. We have 2 spectrums that yeah. So for the good one is Heartstoppers. I did not think a small, cute little comic book would make me feral for these characters. They mean so much to me. I've cried so much just by looking at little picture books in a comic book. It's ridiculous. It's like my new personality. I never skip a Heartstopper edit, ever. I'm so excited to keep reading the series and possibly read even more series about her. But yeah, also I don't really read a lot of LGBTQ books too, but this one I'm literally eating up. I love it so much and I have so much fun with it. The next one that was a not good surprise was Love in Other Words. Everyone that I had told I was starting to read this, they were like, you're gonna love it, you're gonna have so much fun with it. But this fell so flat for me. Not in just the plot and the romance. The romance was very flat. I feel like all they did that summer was be in a little room reading and just talk about weird like sexual things, and that was it. I didn't see any chemistry between them personally, and the thing that happened at the end was so twisted. And I did not like the way the authors went about it. But I was also super shocked because that's a very difficult situation to see like, well, what should you do? But also the way that the authors went about it, I did not like. And I felt really bad for this character. So I did not like this book personally. And even though I read it really quick, I just felt like it was missing a lot. That was my biggest disappointment. I thought I would really like it. Anyways, I just didn't like this book. So, sorry guys. Okay, the next one is gonna be favorite new author. So I had one, but honestly right now they're not. My favorite author so far right now is Cassandra Clare. Okay, I just finished the Mortal Instruments series. I had so much fun. I'm literally addicted. I just got all of the books. Something like she did what she was meant to do, you know, like she took my money. She's doing her job well. So this happened. I love this series. I had so much fun with this series. I have all of the series basically. And she just has a way with words. Even though like the first couple books were very the last one has my heart, and I don't know what it is, but her writing is just very lyrical at points, and I just have such a fun time of escapism in her books. Loving her books recently, and I'm so excited to get on to the other series. So newest fictional crush. I'm definitely gonna change. So my fictional crushes right now are Rowan, Dorian. But most of all, I think my top one is Rowan. If you guys follow me on Goodreads, you know what I'm reading right now. And so all of those emotions that I had in January and February are back now. And I am literally, everything about that man. And Dorian is just like that. Rowan is probably my top one. But other than that, yeah. Books that made me cry, well, the one I'm reading right now, but it's also in the same universe. These two books in a nutshell had me bawling my eyes out before work. I loved these books, okay? Both of them. Empire Storm, I was crying a good bit because just the emotion that Sarah J Maas draws from you and the connection that she makes with these characters. I would never feel I'd be able to like cry. Like with me crying in a book, it's kind of hard. And I find my heart like either breaking or like squeezing. Like it's so emotional and you're just so connected with the characters. So things that happened in this book was wild and made me bawl my eyes out. But also like the sad moments where we were talking about past characters and I was bawling my eyes out. And just like characters getting better and loving. And that being said, Tandem Read really got me and I recommend the Tandem Read because literally was crying in this book. I thought I would be done with crying and then I got into this book and I cried even more. Went back to this one, cried even more. So it hand in hand. The next book after What Made You Cry, What Made You Happy, Bromance Book Club. This book was so fun. They had to deal with like a really serious issue in their marriage and that was very rough. The small moments with Gavin and the book club had me giggling and smiling so wide, especially when it dealt with the children or when they were literally these muscular men talking about a romance novel. Like it was just so wholesome and they're supporting each other instead of breaking each other down. It's different and it feels different and it just feels so happy knowing that they feel comfortable now to be able to do that. Seeing men vulnerable did something to me and I just had so much fun breaking out of their shell and talking about a romance novel, and everything about this book was so wholesome in that fact. And I cannot wait to read the other books besides Liv's book because I hate her unless we figure out whatever's going on with her. But I can't wait to read the rest of these. But this book is definitely one I would love to reread. I wish it was longer. If I could, I would have read this in a sitting. The next one is going to be The Most Beautiful Book You've Bought / Received. The only valuable answer for this one is either Wild Love, which is in the bottom of the stack. That one I got from Dylan, so of course any book that Dylan gives me I'm going to freaking cherish. I love when he gets me books. I get so happy. Obviously any book that Dylan gives me. I feel like answer for this one is gonna have to be a novel love story because it came from one of you guys. Hannah, love you. And also I love this cover. When Ashley Poston, I don't even know, is it Poston or Poston? Please let me know. But when she announced on her Instagram that this book was coming out this year, I was like, this book is so pretty. The color scheme, it's so pretty to look at. It's so vibrant and I love the little book. The magical realism in this book and showing it on the cover is gorgeous. I love it. I'm so excited to read this book and it just means so much to me that it came from Hannah. So this was one that I literally was so happy to receive. And then the last one, I'm not gonna grab the books because there's some on my TBR cart that are like so piled in I don't want to have to go grab them. But the last one is going to be What Books Do You Need to Read by the End of the Year. Now, majority of these are going to be ones that have been on my TBR for the longest time. So the two that have been on my TBR for the longest time is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell and then Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I don't know if I butchered that. Carry On, I've had it on for a very long time simply because I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. But a lot of you guys told me that it's one of your favorite books and you really enjoyed it. So I'm definitely going to try to get to it soon. I've also just heard some mixed thing about the author and some issues with that. So it just hasn't been on my priority list. Children of Blood and Bone, I just haven't wanted to read it. I got it way back. I don't know, something about it I just wanted to get, so I got it, but I just haven't wanted to read it. I remember one day I tried to pick it up, but I read like a page and I just could not get into it. So I think it's just because I wasn't in a fantasy mood. So hopefully soon I'll get through it. And then the next one is a novel love story. Obviously I'm hoping to get to that one soon after my little kick of fantasy. And the last one I really want to get to is obviously Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. That is a series I want to finish this year and I'm really hoping to finish. So yeah, that's definitely one that is on my priority list. So hopefully, and I'm thinking back to my 24 books of 2024 and I've only read 5 books, but I'm working on 2 right now. But that's like, you know, So hopefully we'll get to it, but we're definitely not doing the best on this one. But other than that, we are officially done with my mid-year wrap-up. I wanted to make it short and sweet. I made this. I was only 38 books out of my 60 goal for the year. I'm definitely striving for more than 60. I definitely think I could. I'm ahead in my reading goal right now, I think by like 7 books or so. So I'm excited to see where that goes. A little short and simple, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm finally glad that I'm filming it and I'm getting to it. So thank you for watching it. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for answering to my poll, answering to my question. I'm glad that you guys still wanted to see it even though it was kind of late. So thank you for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And I will see you guys in my next video.